Okay, we are off and recording now. So, welcome everybody. We're going to talk about identity theft and fraud. Thank you for bearing with me last week. I was on a little family vacation, so hopefully you got caught up. I zeroed out all of your stuff to where we need to be at. So, if you actually go into our class and do the class plan, this is our last live class, if you can believe that. So we have that. And then the end of the block is, I believe, you need to have everything done by the 19th. I can't believe I didn't put that in there. I'm putting in there right now. End of block. So if you're a little bit behind, just get caught up. No worries, okay? We'll make sure you get done. But as you can see, if you get these all done by the end of the next week, you still have a week and a half to get things done, okay? So there's some time to really kind of do everything you need to do. All right. Okay, so we're going to talk about identity theft today. Just remember, this lesson is being recorded for learning purposes. Here's my expectations. Remember, follow along with the Nearpod. Use the chat respectfully and appropriately. Respond to questions and instructions the first time. Okay, so what you're going to do is, given quizzes in the OLS, which you've been doing already, you're going to answer multiple choice questions about financial schemes and scams with 80% accuracy across one trial. So we got to think about real quick about what rights do you have, as well as what are your responsibilities, okay? We're going to talk a little bit about the purpose of consumer protection laws. So meaning there are things out there to protect you against fraud and stuff like that, but how can I avoid theft and fraud, and understanding financial contracts and financial schemes. So who has a cell phone and has got a phone call that your car warranty is up, or you won $500 from Costco or Walmart, or there's so many of them kind of out there that they're trying to do it. And the hard thing is that all these people are usually outside the United States. So even these laws that are here to protect you cannot really protect you from them, right? So you always get free hotels, apparently. Oh, that would be nice if they were actually free, right? If there wasn't something that was fraudulent. So fraud is a deliberate, deceptive designed to secure unfair or unlawful gain from something else or someone else, okay? So identity theft, okay, is somebody that's not using their true name to get things. For example, some things that you really want to keep safe, right, is your social security number. You know, if I were to go and ask you a questionnaire about what is your social security number, please don't give me your social security number. Let's be smart, right? Even though I may look like a reputable guy, yeah, don't trust me. Maybe it's kind of bad I'm saying don't trust anybody, but honestly, you got to be careful, because even if I was doing it for a good reason, what am I going to use that? You know, how am I going to store that information? Could I get hacked? Am I leaving my computer open? So the less people that know this stuff, the better. You know, full name, address, date of birth, mother's maiden name, passwords, and pins. Just be really careful. Yeah, so there is some reasons that you need to give social security numbers, right? So, for example, if you're trying to get an insurance, you have to give your social security number. If you're trying to get a loan, you have to get a social security number. There are things like that you have to put your social security number in there, but they better be reputable. Yes, jobs will ask for it too, and they have to. because then it's tied to your taxes. But I don't know if there's a lot of fraudulent job offer things that are looking to get that information too. So if a job is too good to be true, maybe, right? These go from a lot of like work at home jobs. You really got to worry about giving away this kind of information. Okay, we're going to watch a little video about this is actually one of my favorite movies, Catch Me If You Can. I don't know if you've heard of it or seen it before, but Catch Me If You Can was about a guy named Frank Abagnale Jr. Yep, somebody said it's a great movie. So this was it's a true story about a man back in the 50s. At 16 years old, he'd run away from home, and he needed to learn to find out how he made it. And so what he did is he fraudulently cashed checks, and he actually basically identified as a pilot, as you'll see here. And this kind of depicts that. He played a doctor, a lawyer, a professor, actually in Utah. He spent some time in Utah, and he actually, maybe you guys can name the university. It's still around today. It's a big university in Utah. What university did you think he went to and was a sociology teacher at? This isn't portrayed in the movie. It's actually in the book. I want to hear some guesses. What do you guys think? Weber? Nope, not Weber. Madison got it right. Can you believe that or not? BYU. He taught a semester of sociology at BYU. So he would fake resumes, right, about his credentials. So, okay, we're going to watch this a little bit so you can kind of see what he did. It's really funny. But I would suggest with your parents' permission, because it's PG-13, before you watch it, but it is a good movie.
Hello.
Hi. Are you deadheading?
What?
Are you my deadhead to Miami?
Yes. Yeah, I'm the deadhead. Here you go.
You're a little late, but the jump seat is open.
You know, it's been a while since I've done this. Which one's the jump seat again?
Have a nice flight. Are you my deadhead?
Frank, Captain Oliver, John Larkin, the co-pilot, Fred Tully, flight engineer.
Frank Taylor, Pan Am. Thanks for giving me a lift, boys.
Go ahead and take a seat, Frank. We're about to push. What kind of equipment you on? DC-8?
707.
You turning around on the red eye?
I'm jumping puddles for the next few months, trying to earn my keep running leapfrogs for the weak and weary.
No shame in that. We all did it.
Have a seat.
Thank you.
Would you like a drink after takeoff?
Milk?
80 knots. Check. D1, rotate.
If you want to learn about somebody that's like a con man, right? He was like the ultimate con man back in the day. At 16 years old, and he did it all the way until he was caught. You're always going to get caught eventually, all the way up till I think he was 21 or so. It's a very interesting story. Yep. So what are your rights and responsibilities? Okay, your rights are to safety, to be informed, to be able to choose what companies and stuff like you want to use, and to be heard. And your responsibilities is to use products safely, to seek information and to use to make a decision. So I've ordered some things off some sites that I probably shouldn't have. Not that I just, they weren't reputable companies. That the product that I ordered never showed up. I never got my money back. And so using reputable companies and stuff like that, it's important before you buy something. To choose goods and services carefully, to speak up and let your likes and dislikes be known. I think with social media and that kind of stuff, you can definitely be able to do that stuff. Here's some agencies that do try to protect you. You got the FDA, the Food and Drug Administration. You probably saw that with like the COVID vaccine. It had to go through FDA approval before they would give it. Consumer Product Safety Commission. One of the things that they used to do is they used to actually make baby toys out of lead. And then the babies would put the lead in their mouth and they'd get lead poisoning. Okay. So that put a kibosh to that after they found that out. The Federal Trade Commission, that's looking at stocks and manipulating stocks and stuff like that. The Better Business Bureau is a business organization that kind of only takes on businesses that are reputable. They even have local things like that. That's kind of like the Better Business Bureau, like Get Hard Approved businesses, somebody that supposedly has gone under, not that wouldn't be under investigation, but they're ones that are trustworthy companies, right? The Bureau of Consumer Protection, and then consumer unions, that kind of stuff to help. So you may see these on like bank or credit unions' doors. They're FDIC approved, NCAU approved. So basically in banks, if you had money in there, they can't move your money around and stuff like that. And you're guaranteed to be insured up to $250,000. So if you have more than $250,000 in a certain bank account, you could actually lose it. So here's some ways to avoid identity theft. Monitor your credit reports. Don't give out personal information. Protect your credit and debit cards. Protect your mailbox. Protect your wallets. Use PINs and passwords that cannot be easily guessed, which is hard because when you have like 500 passwords, it's hard to use ones that are that. Use antivirus software in your computer. Notify your bank when you are changing your address or telephone number. Okay, so here's a scenario I'd like you guys to write here. So it says Bethany purchased a new pair of shoes from the internet. What steps should she take to ensure that her identity was protected while making the purchase? What are your thoughts? Nobody posted anything yet. All right, so somebody posted on the chat board, said, make sure the company's reputable. Okay, so that's good. Anybody want to make a comment? What else should they do? As I told you, I was in the process of doing this. I ordered some stuff and it never came. And I lost my money that I spent on it. Right. So, bigger stores, that kind of stuff. Oh yeah, that's good. Like make sure it's a secure site. So if you look like up here in the corner by my browser where it has the little lock button, that means it's a secure site. And you computer people you probably know more about this, but like it's like SDL something. But anywhere, it's a site that has secure information on it. I have some other websites that I run, and I don't use that because it's expensive to get it, but it makes it more trustworthy. Make sure the site is trustworthy and that they aren't asking you too much unnecessary personal information. Yeah. So if you're going to make one by a credit card or debit card, and this is why I always use a credit card. I know people go back and forth and say, never use a credit card, always use a debit card. The reason I use a credit card is because of the zero liability policy. What that means on there is I can actually go in and dispute something on my credit card and say, that was not me, and the credit card company is out the money, I'm not out it. If it's a debit card, you're out the money, and if the bank or credit union can't get it back, you're out that money. But using a credit card when you're doing it online, or if you're very not comfortable using a credit card, which I know some people are, use a prepaid card. So you can go to Walmart or someplace like that, Target, get a prepaid card, put the amount of money that you need on it, use that prepaid card for your purchases online. And then you know you're at least not out that money, right? Or they can start, or they have your account and they keep trying to pull money from that card. Okay. So those are some ideas. So here's some other schemes and scams that people try to use. A scam is a fraudulent or deceptive scheme. So I really like this. You can look this up on YouTube if you like. But in the United Kingdom, there's a lot of schemes and scams that go on. And so this is, there's a television show over there called The Real Hustle, and they put their episodes online. And what this is going to talk about is going to show one of the scams that they use. And there's all kinds of them out there, but I thought this was kind of an interesting one, and I think you'll be interested in watching this video too. It's pretty short, but it just shows you how you have a lot of people that are deceptive out there. And I don't want you to be like skeptical of everybody, but you just got to be smart.
Jess is in a busy shopping centre promoting a new left luggage facility. And for a limited time only, these lockers are completely free. This is the lockup. With so many people weighed down by bags, it's not long before Jess finds someone to make use of this great offer.
Yeah, so you got quite a few bags with you today. Would you like to use one of our free lockers? You can have one each. Yeah, you're welcome. Put your stuff in there. But if you can shove it all in one, or I'll tell you what, I'm going to give you 2 lockers. There's yours. Thank you. And one for you. There you go. Just make sure you're back before 9.
And the other lockers also start filling up. That's a bag of shopping and a backpack.
I'll put all in there. Thank you very much.
That's another bag locked up perfectly safe and secure. Not in any danger at all of being stolen by unscrupulous hustlers. 2 hours later, the customers start coming back. But instead of finding Jess, they're faced with a big empty space where the lockers and their bags used to be. They head into a nearby shop to ask if they've seen 40 metal lockers vanishing into thin air. And they're not the only ones wondering where all their belongings have gone. Let's take a look at what they didn't see.
Just there.
This was the mall earlier in the day.
Why don't you go just there?
You think so?
Uh-huh.
That'd be nice, yeah. Come on, someone might steal them.
In a matter of minutes, this empty corner of the shopping centre was transformed into the hustlers' left luggage facility.
All right, cup of tea. Bye-bye.
There.
Once Jess had collected as many bags, rucksacks and carriers as she could,
Do you want 2 of them?
it was time to call back the hired muscle.
Ooh, heavy.
And as quickly as the seemingly permanent lockers appeared, they were gone. And along with all those bags, went into the back of the hustler's van, never to be seen again.
There was a lady down there that was having some lockers there for anybody to put their bags inside. And basically my friend put her bag in there. And I was saying, no, I ain't putting my bag in there because I actually come here often. So I've never seen such a thing. So I thought, no way.
I think my passport's in there as well. So I really need my bag. I just can't believe it. I really can't.
Hustlers are always looking for ways to separate you from your belongings. And there's nothing they like better than finding a way to get you to give them your stuff.
Anytime you have to leave your luggage in lockers, make sure you're using reputable facilities like at a train station and an airport. Of course, if you want to be sure about the safety of your belongings, the best way is to keep them with you at all times.
Whenever you're invited to part with your valuables, whether it's locking them away or depositing them somewhere, if there is something unfamiliar about what you're being asked to do, don't be afraid to double check. You know, if it means going to a shopping centre and saying, are these cabinets new? Are they okay? Then do so. Don't be embarrassed about it. It's your money, your goods, your valuables that you're parting with. So just be safe about it.
Whole bunch more of like the real hustle and see like that. That's pretty crazy, right? How little things like that, they can just kind of get to you. So a lot of the schemes that we're going to be talking about are more of money schemes. People try and have you invest in certain things. They try to take from somebody that has extra money and trying to do that. So when you're seeing anybody like pyramid scheme, they're where they're basically you're going to join an organization in exchange for the rights to sell memberships to other people. Okay, that's a little not great. Okay, there's a Ponzi scheme where you put in money where there generally are no products to sell, and it pays no commission to investors who recruit new members. So you've probably heard of a Ponzi scheme before. There's an affinity scheme, which is a type of scam that targets member of a specific demographic. Predators may attempt to relate or to exploit characteristics common to the demographic. So a lot of these people that are doing it, right, they target groups of people, including the elderly, ethnic groups, and religions. So, for example, my grandma, when she was alive, she got a phone call and they said on the phone, they're like, hey, this is your grandson and I'm in jail and you need to get me some money right now. They're going to keep me in jail and I can't get out. And she's like, who is this? Is this one of my cousin's names? Right. And he's like, yeah, this is him. I need to get out. And she's like, haven't you called your mom? She's like, oh, I don't dare call my mom, you know. And luckily somebody was there with my grandma and said, hey, what are you doing? Do you never call this number again, right? But that's what they do, right? They prey on these people that are vulnerable, right? There's also predatory lending, right? So somebody that may be maybe needing money really badly, there are things that are available like the payday loan places and that kind of stuff. But if they have high interest rates and stuff like that, you really need to watch what you're doing. That goes more into predatory lending, okay? So some really big things to look out for: unreasonably high interest rates. Oh, somebody said, we would like to talk to you about your extended card warranty. Yep. Reminds me of a lot of the ads on YouTube and how They use such flashy ads. They're pretty little kid. Yeah. Yeah, they always do sketchy sites. They take you to sketchy sites. That's how I lost my money one time. Yeah. Oh, well. All right. It's all right. It wasn't that much, so it's all good. Unnecessary debt consolidation, balloon payments, okay? So basically, you pay a very little, and then all of a sudden, it just balloons up where you pay a whole ton at once. Negative amortization. So basically, you never get to pay off the loan. Door-to-door solicitation, backdating of documents, okay? Not good. Large loan broker fees, kickbacks between lenders and brokers, single credit life insurance. Yeah, I get scam calls all the time. Some other common scams that you see, advanced fee scams, okay? The prize that will cost you, online auctions, fraud jobs, money-making schemes, bogus charities, scam schools. Some other ways that these work, skimming. That means just taking a little bit of money off of profits and stuff like that. Dumpster diving, computer spyware, account redirecting, phishing, farming, wireless hacking, stealing, shoulder surfing, etc. So the biggest thing, don't be a victim, okay? Make sure you investigate strangers whose deals are sometimes too good to be true. Always stay in charge of your money. Don't be fooled by appearances. Watch out for salespeople who prey on fear. Monitor your investments. Report or fraud or abuse. Do your homework on stuff. Be wary of door-to-door solicitation. Okay. All right. So that ends us at the very end of class here. Okay. So what you need to do, make sure you're going into your plan, right? And you're completing the rest of the quizzes, watching those videos. Remember how you can get them. You just go into content here and watch the video, take the quizzes. If you don't do well, just redo them. And that's what we got. So I'll stick around for any questions. I'm going to stop the recording and go from there.